painful memories to show you tonight. This was supposed to be a night of celebration, but instead the 2004 Detroit fireworks ended in gunfire and chaos. Now 11 years later, we are hearing from one of the people shot that very night.
Cherie Ridley was just 18 years old at the time, but now at age 29, she's still struggling after a bullet robbed her of the life she knew.
7 Action News reporter Anu Prakash has the heart-wrenching story.
I just want to be able to just have a normal life like everyone else.
It's something Cherie Ridley so desperately wants and hasn't felt for 11 years.
It was June 23rd, 2004. It was just a normal day. I just called some of my friends and like, hey, you want to go to the fireworks?
A day of fun she never imagined would change her life. Her brother's words from that night still haunt her.
He said, Cherie, you do not need to go down there. It's too many people. Anything could happen. And I just wish I would have just listened to him. I just remember the fireworks had started, so we were looking up. And then I just felt like...
Cherie didn't know it, but she'd been shot, one of 9 people hit by bullets that night at Hart Plaza.
And it just felt like I was laying underwater. And I kept trying to get up, but I couldn't get up.
She didn't know what happened until the doctor told her.
And I said, what happened? I whispered. He said, he's like, I'm so sorry. He was like, you just got shot at the fireworks. And I started crying. And he started wiping my tears off. And I just said, please don't let me die.
The bullet left Cherie with a T12 spinal cord injury. She was paralyzed from the waist down.
It's been 11 years. 2004 is when I got shot. And I'm just sick of being in a wheelchair.
While Cherie's life has drastically changed, one thing remains the same. This case is still unsolved.
I don't want people to forget that I'm still here. The other victims are still here. They have not found the person who did this.
We were with Cherie as she went back to Hart Plaza for the first time. The first thing she noticed?
Yep, I see cameras. And I wish they would have had them back then.
Being here was tough, made her feel angry and hurt.
This is where my life was basically taken away, you know?
But it also reminded Cherie of her strength.
I was set I'm never going down there again. So I'm actually glad that I was actually able to be strong enough to actually face it.
Last year, she made a difficult decision to leave Detroit and her family. She moved to Atlanta, where she's in treatment at the Shepherd Center, a rehab hospital. Now she's hoping to take part in an advanced therapy program. It's the first step she believes can help her walk again. While many friends have disappeared over the years, her best friend Brittany hasn't forgotten her.
I think she's going to do it. I mean, I've always believed that. I always thought it would happen faster than this, but I think it's all in God's time.
In spite of the struggles, Cherie still finds gratitude for what is not lost.
Whatever you're going through, just be thankful that it's not worse. Just even with this here, I'm glad that I can talk, I can see, I can breathe them on. I have my arms.
It's that spirit that her mom says will help Cherie get back on her feet.
Cherie has never given up. She's graduated from college, from broadcasting school. She's had her own apartment, her own job at a radio station. She does a lot on her own. So I think Cherie could do it with a lot of help.
But perhaps the biggest believer is Cherie herself.
I don't speak anything like what if I don't speak like that. I know I will.
In Detroit, Anu Prakash, 7 Action News.
Well, still a lot to be thankful for, as she said. You know, it could have been much worse.
Yeah, and that non-what-if spirit is what's going to get her on her feet again. But you have to see victims like that in order to know that that man's still out there.
He is.
Yeah.
Detroit police say the investigation remains open and active. You'll find their full statement on our website at WXYZ.com.
If you'd like to help with Cherie's advanced therapy program, we've posted a link on the GoFundMe page on our page.
Yes, indeed.